All right, tail of the tape now as we get ready for Hasim Rahman against Oleg Maskaev. And you can see that both guys are in the prime of their careers. Half-inch height advantage for Maskaev, 3-inch reach advantage for Rahman, who likes to get his jab going and work behind it the way he did for the first 8 rounds so successfully against Tua. They're both in that 234, 235, 236 region. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
Jim, there's something interesting we wanted to point out. If the new majority scoring system that they're using tonight would have been used in the first Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis fight in New York, Lennox Lewis would have won the fight 115, 113, 7 rounds to 5, because they take the winner of the round is determined by a majority of the judges' scores in each round, and an odd score is thrown out, and Lewis would have won. Back to you, Jim.
Interesting stuff. Thank you, Harold. And now let's ready to welcome Oleg Maskaev into the ring. Born and raised in Kazakhstan, runner-up in the World Championship in 1992. Couldn't go to the Barcelona Olympics because of a stomach virus. They wanted him to stay in Kazakhstan and go back to the Olympics in '96, but he elected to leave, and he is now, as the result of that, a fugitive from justice in Kazakhstan.
We'll see tonight whether he is a fugitive from the heavyweight division. Big, strong man, raised on a farm, was a lieutenant in the Russian army and won 2 Soviet amateur championships, and as Jim said, is considered a deserter in his homeland.
And just as Rahman believes his loss to Tua was unjustified, so too Maskaev believes that he was getting the better of Tua before he got clocked and saw the referee stop the fight in the 11th round, giving Tua a victory there.
Now here comes Hasim Rahman, and let us be the first to wish him happy 27th birthday. He's about 13 minutes into his 28th year.
And since he's from the Eastern time zone here in Baltimore, he arrives in the ring on his birthday. We're 15 minutes past midnight into November 7th.
Just to remind you of Rahman's interesting background, to put it mildly, he has 500 plus stitches on the left side of his face from an automobile accident. Comes from an educated family in Baltimore, brother in medical school, father was an engineer.
Good athlete, big man who's light on his feet, Hasim Rahman. Now let's go to Mark Barrow for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Convention Center on the Boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey, Cedric Kushner Promotions, in association with Bally's Park Place in Atlantic City, and Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers, this Bud's for You presents the HBO Boxing After Dark main event of the evening, 10 rounds heavyweights. Your judges at ringside are, from Homedale, New Jersey, Deborah Barnes, from Newark, New Jersey, Kason Cheeks, and from New York City, George Colon. Your referee for this event, from Patterson, New Jersey, Eddie Cotton. Introducing now the principals first, in the blue corner to my right, wearing the blue trunks, weighing in at 236 pounds, his professional record, 17 wins, 2 defeats, 12 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Moscow, Russia, the number 4 ranked heavyweight by the WBA, Oleg Maskaev. His opponent in the red corner, wearing the black trunks, weighing in at 234 pounds, with a professional record that reads 31 victories, 1 controversial loss, 26 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Baltimore, Maryland, the number 6 ranked heavyweight in the world, according to the IBF. Introducing Hasim the Rock Rahman. Rahman, 10 rounds, heavyweights.
All right, boxers, obey my commands, protect yourself at all times. The cup is a little bit high, all this is good. This is all good scoring blow, okay? All right, let's touch gloves, have a good clean fight, let's go.
Rahman is a big, strong kid with potential, a work in progress. Maskaev will show us how much progress he has made.
Rahman also has a lot of natural talent.
Both of these guys may look to you like plotters, but both are quick and athletic, and both want to set up behind the jab and box. Rahman's handlers say they must find a way to take away Maskaev's jab and prevent him from developing a boxing rhythm. And Rock has promised us that he is evolving toward becoming a more aggressive right-hand puncher and therefore a more exciting fighter. But off the first 8 rounds against Tua and the brilliance of his performance there, you might not ask him to change a thing. Maskaev tries the left hook to the body. Rock countering with the left hook upstairs.
Yeah, Rock really looked good as a boxer against Tua. Showed a lot of patience, showed a good jab. He was very smart that night.
Blocked after the bell at the end of the 9th round. Wasn't given time to recover as he should have been. And that was critical to the outcome of the fight. Maskaev sticking his jab in Rahman's face. Rahman not able to get off to that solid rhythm he developed early on against Tua here.
Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
Rahman trying to pound with the right hand. Misses over the top. Now whacks Maskaev with a left hook. Maskaev missing wildly with his own left.
Both of these guys are throwing some pretty big punches, but I don't think either one of them has really been known for his one-punch knockout power.
Well, they both set up with their weight on the back foot by and large.
Yeah, they do. They still are big enough to produce knockout punches. One-punch knockout punches.
Well, one good way to discourage a jab is to keep throwing that right hand out, and that's what Rahman is trying to do. He's already reddened Maskaev's face.
And a solid jab on the nose of Maskaev as round 1 comes to a close.
Good round, very good round. Leave it in, leave it in, leave it in. Very good round. Get your right foot to the side of you, okay? More speed. Keep your elbows in and don't reach. Right foot to the side, chin down. What I want you to do is kick off that right foot and use double jabs and rhythm change jabs. You hear me? What?
Come on now, get your focus in it. Get some water. No pail, no water. You hear me? Pop the jab, be sharp.
Right in there. Just spit it right in there. Don't worry about it.
Pop your hands, be sharp. Change your angle. Give him that, hey, hey, come on. That snap your punch.
So you saw the CompuBox numbers that showed the edge to Rahman in jab effectiveness in round number 1. Significant because both fighters want to set up and box behind the jab.
Both of these guys appear to be very physically strong guys. And they both have to have good chance to have gone 11 rounds and 9 rounds with David Tua. Good jab by Maskaev.
Yeah, I think you're looking at two fighters with distinctly similar styles. I mean, they both want to do the same thing in pretty much the same way. Makes for a war of wills.
Maskaev is remembering to go to the body a little bit more, I think, than Rahman. But you're right. They're so much alike until it's unbelievable. Although I think Rahman has the edge in hand speed and agility.
Yeah, Rahman should be able to get there first, it appears. Maskaev blasts him out of there with a left to end the exchange.
Good right hand by Rahman.
Rahman looks quicker with the right hand, too. Maskaev seeming to telegraph just a little bit when he wants to come over the top.
This would seem to be a pretty good action fight for heavyweights if we hadn't seen the first.
You're right, Larry.
Well, you have to put this one second. If the other fight had been second, no one would have gone to sleep tonight. Rahman beginning to work his jab more frequently. And Maskaev beginning to reach just a little bit as he tries to go against that jab.
Rahman doing a little bit more body work now, which is smart.
Left hook lands inside for Maskaev. Momentarily stopping Rahman. Now here comes Hasim again, cracking to the body.
Rahman doing a real good job of defending Maskaev's right hand, too.
Hard right hand by Rahman to punctuate round number 1. And he all but told Maskaev he was going to throw it, too. Back up now. I need to hit you with the right hand. And now entering the ring is April Wilson, who is a KO model. That means she's represented by KO models right here in the Atlantic City area. And that is all we know about April.
Stay close and hook off that jab and shoot a right hand. And snatching when you shoot that hook. Snatching. When you get real close and you're touching them with the jab, throw the right hand straight right down the 50-yard line with speed. And come back with a quick hook. Stay focused. Come on. Don't go to sleep on me in there, Rob. Discipline. Come on. All right, go. Thank you.
Round 3 begins. Hasim Rahman in the black trunks. Oleg Maskaev in the blue. 1 week short of Holyfield Lewis 2, and these are two heavyweights hoping to move up the contender ladder.
Maskaev thinks he has Rahman hurt a little bit from the right hand he landed, and he's coming in to try to press the advantage he thinks he has. I'm not sure that Rahman was hurt at all.
But it made for an exciting moment.
Rahman lands his right hand. Maskaev wants to trade rights with Rahman. He's willing to take Rahman's right for the chance to throw his own. He's made that clear. Rahman probably isn't going to abandon his structure quite that quickly. Left hook lands for Maskaev.
The reason he's landing that because after he threw the right hand, he noticed that Rahman was getting relaxed after the right hand came at him. So now he added the left hook, which was pretty smart.
Maskaev lives in Staten Island, trained for this fight at the legendary Gleason's Gym in New York. His trainer, Bob Jackson, would like to have taken him away to a traditional training camp in the Poconos, but Maskaev said, no, I have to be with my family in New York, and Jackson said, that's okay. He's a throwback in a lot of ways. They trade right hands, and Rahman backs Maskaev up.
Stop it. Get out. Come on.
Maskaev has started to land that jab a little bit, but so is Rahman now.
Yeah, Rahman should win this on his edge in quickness and agility. But he's got to be careful not to let Maskaev catch him with one big right-hand shot.
Well, Maskaev has already lured him into a slugfest, which is not the best thing for Rahman, I don't think.
No, he should be boxing.
Although I think he just hurt Maskaev.
Good job, fellas. Good job. Thank you.
In case you missed the premiere, we invite you to tune in for Howard Cosell telling it like it is. A revealing look at the sportscaster who revolutionized his industry. Cosell's Tell It Like It Is persona has been frequently imitated, but in the minds of most, never duplicated. Follow Howard's career from his days as an aspiring lawyer to his days as the most controversial sports broadcaster in history. Howard Cosell, still showing this month on HBO.
It's the only time he can nail you. Change your angles and get off. Sharpen your hands up. You got me? We got to start piling up on this guy now.
What do I want? Double jab, straight. Kick off that right foot. And when you back him up with that jab, keep pressure on him with the jab. Shorten that right hand.
Roy, do you think Jefferson could handle fighters of this size and experience?
Most definitely.
You kidding me? Gets a chance to land his left hook. He'd have knocked them both out. Well,
I don't know.
Let's not get too ecstatic.
These guys are a little bit bigger, and they've proven that they have good chins, so I don't know.
And they have skills. Before we go to Letterman's scorecard, just let me say one thing. I told you they were similar. Through round 3, CompuBox numbers, they both threw 173 punches. Rahman landed 62, and Maskaev landed 65.
How closer can you get?
You can't get any closer than that. Harold, how do you have it scored?
Jim, I got it close. 29-28, 2 rounds to 1. Hasim Rahman. Jim, I thought he won the first 2 rounds. He really landed nice left and that good right hand that he just landed there because Maskaev is just too straight up. Doesn't move his head at all. But Oleg come back in the 3rd round. I thought he outfought the Rock. So I got it real close, 2-1, Rahman.
And Rahman starting to let his right hand go a lot more frequently now. What, Larry?
I have it 2-1 for Maskaev.
So it's close. And Harold and Larry are 1 point apart on their cards. And it's starting to be a pretty entertaining fight. Maybe more entertaining than Rahman ought to allow it to be.
There you go. I was just about to say that, Jim. You may not want to hear this, and we don't want to see these type of fights on television always. We want to see a good fight, but Rahman can win this fight with a jab alone. He can make it a much easier fight for himself with a jab.
Sure could.
And a much smarter fight.
Instead, he's accepting Maskaev's invitation to trade big right-hand shots, and therefore making it possible for anything to happen.
That's right. Anything to happen, and it puts a little bit more wear and tear on you as a boxer to take that many punches.
But Rahman is aware and sensitive to the fact that he's been criticized for being too dull, too guarded in there, and he promised us he would be more exciting, and certainly he has been. And he takes a right-hand flush from Maskaev for his trouble.
Yeah, he's been much more exciting, but he's also been hit with with a lot more bigger punches than we've ever seen him hit with before.
Step back, nice job. I like that.
He usually does not get caught with these type of punches.
Come on, get out, punch out, let's go, get out.
Not this frequently anyway.
No, it took David Tua several rounds to begin to land some of the kinds of shots that Rahman has taken from Maskaev frequently in the first 4 rounds here.
And the problem with that is that if Tua could have landed that big punch earlier in the fight, would that have been a problem?
Well, you know, I believe he's taking the right tack. He's trying to show that he can be a world-class fighter and a challenger for the championship, and he's got to take risks.
Yeah, I know you like to see those risks taken.
He sure does.
Look at me. Relax.
Raise down.
Another wrist.
Raise down. Raise. Read you.
Swallow this one.
Breathe.
Swallow.
Breathe.
Bob.
Breathe.
The jab is working, but you got to keep it coming, okay? Double on it and step up. Stop that. You're reaching. I know he did. Listen, look, let's worry about the fight. Come here, stay with me. Work behind the jab. I want the jab low, and I want you to stay low. Okay. Stay low with the jab, and I only want straight right hands and left hook.
Let me
stay right on him with the jab.
Take him out.
Oleg, breathe. Breathe, Oleg.
Let's go, second out.
Bout is scheduled for 10 rounds.
Go.
Letterman giving the last card to Rahman.
Wipe the corner up, don't wipe the corner up.
These rounds are close to even and difficult to score.
Good jab by Rahman.
Rock has an unusually wide stance, Roy. Does that limit his chance to be a power puncher?
No, it doesn't. It should make it better because he should be able to get more leverage like this. That's why you spread the legs wide. Look at Tommy Hearns. He kept his legs wide apart because he could get good leverage like that.
Right hand lands for Maskaev. Rahman now landing his left hook.
I think Rahman thinks that he hurt Maskaev.
Yeah, I think he believes he hurt him with that left hook. That's why he went chasing after him. Now Maskaev has regained whatever might have been lost.
Step back. Come on.
Good body shot by Maskaev.
In the last round, Maskaev began feinting with the right hand and dipping his shoulder and firing the left hook to the body. Landed that one a couple of times before Rahman stopped falling for the feint.
Good right hand down the middle by Maskaev.
Maskaev starting to show stamina. He's holding to a higher level of energy more consistently than Rahman.
Somebody's mouthpiece is laying on the canvas.
I think it's Maskaev. Yeah, it's Maskaev.
Time.
Maskaev in those moments remained the aggressor even with the mouthpiece out.
Come on.
Take him.
All right, time in.
Round 5 has been a big one so far for Oleg Maskaev, who has more than doubled Rahman and landed punches in this round and lands a big right hand there. Now Rock trying to come back with a late round comeback. Lands his own right hand.
Rock is really throwing some big punches here. I think he senses again that he has Maskaev hurt.
Relax. Let me see. Relax. You're good. Deep breath. Come on, relax. I need you to breathe. I need you to get it up there for 3, Rock, and hold it. You're fine.
6 round.
Keep your elbows in. Keep your elbows in and your hands up. And relax. Don't load up. What do I want? Kind of punches. Speed punches.
Straight.
With your balance.
Pop, 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 bang. You hear me?
Boy. Yeah, boy.
Come on, babe. You just got to move those hands and mix the hard ones in and just shift your angle. He's
very
wide
tired.
open. He's tired. He's wide open for the 1-2.
Right hand by Maskaev lands flush. Doesn't seem to affect Rahman.
By CompuBox numbers, round 5 was huge for Maskaev. He landed 42 punches, 26 of them power shots, according to CompuBox numbers. But the late flurry might have caused some judges to consider giving the round to the Rock. 10-round fight. Hasim Rahman bearing down on Oleg Maskaev. Both fighters have had their moments. Blood flowing from the left ear now of Maskaev.
I think he just cut Rahman. Or either there's blood on Rahman's eye from Maskaev.
Stop punching. Get out. Come on, I got you. Nice and easy, fellas. There you go. Stop punch. Get out. Step out.
Rahman is doing some good body work here. And at a perfect time.
Yeah, useful to take away some of the steam Maskaev was developing in the last round. Chuck McGregor urging Rahman between rounds to go back to Maskaev's body.
Stop punch.
And Hasim showing you that he does listen.
There's blood coming from Maskaev's right ear.
Left ear.
Left ear. No, yes, left
And
ear.
I'm not sure why there's so much blood coming out of the left ear.
Is that dangerous, Roy? I mean, we don't see that very often.
Oh, solid
Could
right
be a
hand from
busted
Maskaev.
eardrum, but I don't think it's too dangerous.
If it's a busted eardrum, is he hearing ringing in his ears?
Sometimes, but that's all he was hearing already anyway.
No problem, huh?
Nope.
Punch out. Stop punch. Good job. There you go. Step back. Come on, fellas.
Maskaev is mostly head hunting now.
He's relentless. Maskaev lands a right. Rock took it very well.
They traded rights, actually.
Now Rahman backing Maskaev up with a
Maskaev
flurry
is
of
hurt.
punches. Maskaev in trouble. Rahman trying to land one big right. Rahman going to the body. Well done.
And while they were having that exchange, Maskaev nodded to him and said, "Yeah, let's go."
Go to the corner. Go to the corner, guys. Mouthpiece out. I don't feel it.
We've seen too much of this tonight, Roy. I mean, it seems like a strategic or tactical move sometimes.
Yeah, but sometimes it wasn't.
Closing seconds of round 6. And if round 5 was a big one for Maskaev, round 6 has been huge for Hasim Rahman.
All right? Okay, listen to Bob.
Oleg. This guy is tired of. You gotta reach back. Pound. Where's the
I'm
pound?
working an head on.
Give me the pound.
Relax on this.
Come on.
Yeah, sure. Here.
Chest. After you touch him with that jab, short, straight right hands and hooks. If he's in front of you and he stops, push him off and get right back on him with a jab.
Rahman doing a nice job inside, something he hasn't always done. Good rally, typifying what he's been trying to do by becoming more of an action fighter.
Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 6?
Jim, I still got it close. 58-56, 4 rounds to 2. Hasim Rahman. I thought Oleg Maskaev pulled out that 5th round. There's no question in my mind. But I tell you, Hasim Rahman landing too many big right hands, too many good left jabs. You know, it's strength against strength, Jim. But Oleg is just too straight up, and Rock can't miss him. He gets in better shots. And I think that's what's winning him the fight, the cleaner shots.
I have the fight even.
I think maybe they're equally strong, but Rock is quicker, and that ultimately should win him the fight.
That's the one advantage that he has. That should win the fight. And I think there's been a momentum shift here. I think Rahman is starting to feel that he's in control of the fight right now.
And you heard Bobby Jackson trying to convince Maskaev between rounds that it's Rahman who's tired and that he, Maskaev, needs to launch another rally. And right now it is Rahman who is landing the solider, sharper punches.
He told him that Rahman is tired, but he didn't tell him that he's tired also.
Goes without saying.
And he didn't also tell him to go to Rahman's body to wear Rahman down like Rahman has done to him all night.
As Rahman has done to him. That's a very good point. Hasim Rahman fighting a complete fight, if a slightly more dangerous choice than you might have expected him to make.
I think telling Maskaev that Rahman is tired is actually unfair to Maskaev, because Rahman seems to be fresher than Maskaev is. So he has to be thinking, if Rahman's tired, what am I?
Rahman landing 2 left hooks and a right hand. Maskaev backing up into the ropes and seeming to wobble again. Now Maskaev loads up a big right hand and misses just under Rahman's chin.
I tell you, Rahman takes a heck of a punch. In fact, it's almost safe for me to say that he takes a better punch than he throws.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, good hook. If Maskaev had a left hook anything like Jefferson had in the last fight, he could make this fight very interesting.
If there were more fighters with left hooks like that, the heavyweight division would be a lot more interesting.
Good job, folks. Good job.
Tua's got one. And in December, tune in for Unitas, the next edition of HBO's documentary series 4th of the 20th Century. Join us for a look at number 19, Johnny U, the man considered the prototypical modern NFL quarterback. You'll learn how the man with the buzz cut and the black high tops became a football icon and a hero to an entire generation. His genesis from sandlot football to the Steelers to stardom with the Colts, now the stuff of legend, Unitas. Coming to HBO December 8th.
Drag your balls in.
Fitting that we would promote the Unitas docu while we watch Hasim Rahman of Baltimore trying to beat Oleg Maskaev, originally from Kazakhstan, now from Staten Island.
Jab, jab, touching, change your angle. Come on. Come on. He's got it. Let's go.
Round 8 of a scheduled 10 between Oleg Maskaev and Hasim Rahman.
tell you, Rahman is using his left jab to nullify Maskaev's straight right hand very good tonight. Every time he sees that straight right hand come, he just sticks the jab out, and the right hand never hardly lands flush.
Maskaev lands a left hook. Rahman has been landing at a high rate for the last couple of rounds, both the body and the head.
Oh.
Right hand by Maskaev, and now Rahman wobbles. Rahman almost lost his legs there for a second. Regained them. Maskaev lands again. Rahman with a hook. They trade, and Rahman holds on. That's exactly what Oleg Maskaev wants, and Rahman's legs are still wobbling. Larry, I tried my best to prevent it, but was unable to stop him from landing on his head. Let's get this out of the way. Dr. Dominic Coletto right here with Rahman.
There is a battle royal going on out here in the crowd.
The doctor is asking The Rock if he knows where he is, and he does. He's answering the questions correctly. He knows the round. He knows the opponent. But he went through the ropes, across the table, onto the floor. Harold, is there a rule that needs to be cited here?
Jim, let me tell you, you got 20 seconds when you get knocked through the ropes like that. 20 seconds unassisted by your own people. He didn't get through in 20 seconds. I think Oleg Maskaev wins this fight by a knockout. That's all there is to it.
I have to assume that's going to be the call.
I tell you what, he was not going to get back there either because he was out from that one punch.
Yes, I believe so. That was a shot.
We don't know if any ruling has been made, but they're lifting Maskaev up.
Well, the overwhelming concern was about Rahman's safety and his condition after he came flying through the ropes, across the scorer's table, right past my monitor and onto the floor, inches away from me. I did the best I could with one hand to try to break his fall, but it was impossible, given the momentum of this big man. The CompuBox table has gone down behind us as well. Now Rock is up. Rock was courageously trying to survive.
Done with right there. I hate to say it, but that fight was done with.
He had already survived about a minute of the round with no legs.
Chances. That really was a chance that he should not have taken.
And you see, that's your reporter leaning in from the top of the screen there, and that's Dr. Dominic Coletto. What an amazing statement on Coletto's alertness. He was there within seconds after Rahman hit the floor.
With a wild melee breaking out in the back of this convention hall auditorium, the police are there in force and seem to be making some order out of that chaotic moment and a half.
And we have no idea, of course, what prompted that combat, as our attention was diverted by the situation of Rahman.
You know, my attitude about the taking of chances, Roy, is this. If he'd have plotted his way to a victory, I don't know how much good that was going to do him as a fighter.
Yeah, I understand that, but you know yourself that a win for him at this time is better than a loss for him.
Wins are always better than losses.
Right, and that's what I was saying. This is the only chance he gave him to win the fight was to take that choice.
The urge to be more exciting, to take more risks in the ring and be more entertaining, but he gave Maskaev a chance to win a fight that he might not otherwise have won.
The only chance that Maskaev had was if Rahman fought that fight.
I'm not quite sure of that. I think Maskaev was holding his own in this fight. Chances or no chance. If he didn't take some chances, Maskaev looked like he had perhaps more two-handed skills and might have won a decision.
Well, any question we had as to whether Oleg Maskaev has been given credit for a knockout is going to be cleared up momentarily. Hasim Rahman is being brought back into the ring. Harold, you still believe this is over with?
Jim, it's a clean and simple knockout. I mean, I think there's no question. Rahman got hit with a clean right hand. He went through the ropes. He's got 20 seconds to get back. If he doesn't, it's a knockout.
All right, well, Mark Barrow's standing by, and he's going to tell us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time officially 40 seconds of the 8th round. The winner by a knockout, Oleg Maskaev.
So Maskaev gets the KO. I don't think that time is correct. I think there were 40 seconds remaining in the round.
Yeah, I think that's what the case was.
Weren't there 40 seconds remaining in the round, 2:20 of the round? Isn't that what we're looking at for the knockout here? I'm talking to the official timekeeper, because my clock told me there was 1:18 remaining in the round pretty shortly before Maskaev landed that big shot. You'll recall there was a lot of action along the ropes there and there. It went far more than 40. So but they're just guessing because the machine got hit when Rahman went down.
He took everything
that ended
out.
Any chance of knowing the exact official time.
He wiped everything out when he came through the rope.
That's right. So a tough break for Hasim Rahman. He elected to trade punches with Oleg Maskaev and paid the price as Maskaev landed the biggest shot. We saw some contact in the ring tonight. We saw some heavyweight punches thrown by punching heavyweights. And Larry standing by now with the big winner of the evening, Oleg Maskaev. Larry.
Why? All right, thank you, fellas. Congratulations, Oleg. Were you surprised that this turned into a slugfest?
No, I'm not surprised, because I believe to myself I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. I had to do it, and I did it.
Was that out of character for you to want to slug that way? Is that not normally how you like to fight?
No, it's not really normally, because I didn't fight 6 months. I had surgery operation for my right hand, and I didn't take a tune-up. I took a hard fight with Rahman. It was really hard for me. You saw me. I was a little bit slow, but I believe to myself. I said I'm not gonna give up, and I'm gonna do my best. I believe to my power, and thank you, Jesus.
Excuse me. I want to talk to the fighter. If he had just boxed you, do you think he could have beaten you just boxing, or did he feel that because of your skills he had to take chances? How did you see that?
He was a little bit smarter than me, and a little bit, but
he's tough.
Yeah, he's tough. But I try to do my thing.
What does this victory, do you think, mean for your career?
It's mean that I believe to myself that I'm gonna do something more. I'm going up. Thanks. Thanks, God.
Congratulations again, and thank you.
Next fight, I'm gonna do my hard work, and I will be better next fight.
What I wanted to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the corner when we told him he was.
We were told, incidentally, that the referee did count 20 while Rahman was out of the ring, as he was supposed to do, and then declared that this was indeed a knockout. We saw two fights tonight between heavyweights trying to make names for themselves. Heavyweights willing to take the risks that I believe are necessary to show that you want to be a champion, not that you just want to win, to show that you can win fights and win fans. We hope that we see more of this in the remaining heavyweight fights this month. Jim?
On the floor and being dealt with by the doctor. I'm not sure how the ruling works here, given the fact that I don't believe Dr. Coletto was going to allow Rahman to even try to get up at that point as a precautionary measure. I think he was determined to keep Rahman down. But Roy, let's come back to the point you were making earlier. Larry's a big fan of risk and drama. You believe this was an unnecessary loss for Hasim Rahman?
Oh, most definitely, without a doubt. I know he wants to be a little bit more exciting, but that's when you have to know that your career is more important than to go out and be exciting for one fight. He needs to get the opportunity to be exciting in a big fight, then you take the risk. You don't take the risk before you get to that big fight, because things like this will make it to where you'll never get to that big fight. Larry is a guy who is a commentator. I'm a guy who does it, so I know what risk should be taken and what risk should not be taken. I would have never taken that risk had I been on the uprise if I were Hasim Rahman. I would have boxed this guy, let him be mad with me, but as long as I continued to win, I would have won. And when it came time to have that showdown, then you step up and take the risk. But
in the earlier fight, Roy, we saw a spectacular performance by a big punching, unbeaten heavyweight whom we had not seen here before, named Derek Jefferson. Could Derek Jefferson someday be a heavyweight champion of the world?
Most definitely, because he wasn't taking a risk. That's just the way he fights. He uses his hard work and his hard style to make up for his lack of inexperience. So Derek Jefferson has all the tools to become a heavyweight champion. But there again, Derek Jefferson does not possess skills to be an outside boxer like Hasim Rahman does. Therefore, if Hasim Rahman was a boxer, Derek Jefferson was a fighter, it would make for a good fight. But if Hasim Rahman gave Jefferson the opportunity to land a big hook and went out there and fought a fighter's style fight, he'd probably put himself in jeopardy again.
And just to buttress what Roy is saying to you, the official scorecard showed Hasim Rahman, the quicker, slightly better boxer, was ahead on all 3 cards at the time at which Maskaev knocked him out. An exciting night in the heavyweight division. You believe it? It actually was. We'll have a final word on what happened in the ring in a moment. Let's look ahead to some upcoming programs.